You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Good morning, 7:02 right now as we get started on this very cold and snowy Tuesday morning. Today's Wake Up with Witcher is sponsored by Mold Doctors USA. Freezing weather enables frozen pipes and costly water damage. Mold Doctors USA has proudly responded to thousands of emergency water damage calls all over East Tennessee, helping homeowners and businesses quickly recover with emergency drying and water damage cleanup. They are locally owned and operated for 20 years. They are licensed, insured, and bonded. They are certified and accredited full-service restoration company in the area. If you find yourself in need of an emergency water cleanup following a burst pipe, like the cold weather is bringing us over the next couple of days, call Mold Doctors USA at 865-945-3000 or visit them online at molddoctorsusa.com. Most importantly, they have a call center available 24/7. Mold Doctors USA is there to help you with any water damage you may experience, and we are talking about some cold air setting up shop, and even a few flurries flying around parts of East Tennessee as we get the day started. So a live look there at some of the cameras around town, and you can definitely see that we have snow on the ground. And finally, Gatlinburg saw a little bit of snow. Finally, it was more of a rain and a freezing rain, but it is icy and snow-packed around much of East Tennessee. Some of you saw it. Some of you got walloped, but not everybody got the snow. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and talk about the snowfall, because we saw some decent snow around East Tennessee. Not just decent, incredible amounts of snow. You can see the bullseye all the way up the I-75 corridor along Interstate 40 in northwest Knox County, pushing into parts of Granger County, where some folks picked up over 9 inches of snow. And again, not everybody saw all the snow, so definitely was a doozy of a system that we saw yesterday. We'll talk snowfall totals here in just a moment. It's 7:04 now. Good morning. If you have to travel, please travel safely. I've already talked to a couple of my friends this morning who had to get off to work early, and it was treacherous. Slow going for sure. We're going to highlight those TDOT cameras here in just a moment as well. Take a look at some of the snow-packed roads around East Tennessee if you have to travel. If you don't have to travel, I'd just stay home. The back roads and the neighborhoods are definitely going to be more treacherous than anything else. But as you can clearly see, we are continuing to see, those are snowfall totals. Let's get to the TDOT map here for just a second. But see if we can get that TDOT camera up. Give me 1 second. But you do have those snow-packed roads across East Tennessee, and that's really going to be an issue. There we go. We'll get that up for you. That's a live look there at 40 and Gallagher View Road, and you can definitely see the snowy conditions on the interstate as of right now. Slow going on the roadways. We'll jump down the interstate to 40 and Walker Springs, and that's what the interstate looks like right now. Again, the on and off ramps are snowy, icy. The interstates are snowy and icy. So you're going to have to travel slowly if you need to head off to work this morning. Doesn't seem to appear to be any major incidents this morning, but does look like, is Pellissippi Parkway closed? Pellissippi Parkway may be closed at this hour. Let's take a look at that. Well, that's a live look there at Pellissippi Parkway and Level Road. That doesn't show anything. We'll just dump down the road a little bit. And, okay, it's not closed, or at least the southbound lane of Pellissippi Parkway. That's Pellissippi Parkway and Dutchtown Road. And so you can see how slow going everybody is going to be doing this morning. We'll come down to the 4075 interchange, or Pellissippi Parkway 4075 interchange. And again, that's a live look there. Overcast, gray, even some light flurries still falling around parts of East Tennessee. And that's going to be the story here this morning as we wring out the atmosphere, as this cold air starts to settle on in. And I'm talking about cold air, not just cold air. Brutally cold air is going to be working its way into East Tennessee. All right, let's go back to the weather maps and show you what we're talking about, because, again, these are snow. This is snow coverage. This is from the storm system, and you can pick up where the bullseye was located. And the mountain counties, I'm sorry for you folks in the mountain counties, you just didn't really add up to a whole lot. So let's go ahead and talk snowfall totals. We'll go back to that, and snowfall totals were incredible around town. That's going to show the TDOT cameras. I'll bring back the weather maps from the National Weather Service. And so this is their storm preliminary. This is their storm totals. And so on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see how much snowfall we got. So I've got it started at the very top. In places in Bearden, places like Bearden got just walloped with over 9.5 inches of snowfall. We saw Lenore City picking up about 9 inches. 10 Mile, 9 inches. 3 miles west of downtown Knoxville, which is about Bearden area, about 9 inches as well. Halls picked up 9 inches. Mascot, 9. Strawberry Plains, 9 inches. Alcoa picked up 9 inches. Well, just 4 miles north and northwest of Alcoa. Here at my house, I picked up also 9 inches of snow. Farragut, 8.5. Washburn, 8.5. Oliver Springs, 8.5. So you come down the pipeline, and again, we saw a widespread of 7 to 9 inches from Talbot to Carnes, High School to Farragut. Let's see, Clinton picked up 7.5 inches of snow. Come down a little bit further down the pipeline and down the chart anyways, and places like Maggie Valley, North Carolina picked up 2.5, but Rogersville picking up 6 inches, so on and so forth. And that's really what we were talking about, is the bullseye for the heavy snow right there across the Central Valley. All right. So it's going to be slow going throughout the day today. I do want to get you out the door. And lo and behold, remember the cold air moving its way on in? Well, the National Weather Service has now issued a wind chill advisory. Wind chill advisory, this is in effect until noon today and then goes back into effect overnight tonight. So we're talking dangerously cold weather heading our way tomorrow. It's going to be brutally cold today, but even colder tomorrow morning. So any sort of melting that we could see today, which we could see a little bit, and I'll explain why here in a second, we're going to get another flash freeze and more icy conditions expected tomorrow morning. If you have to hit the road this morning, again, travel safely. Temperature is currently at 9 degrees in Crossville, 19 in Knoxville, 30 in Tri-Cities, and 19 in Chattanooga. 24-hour temperature trend, yeah, we're much colder this morning than yesterday. And wind chill values, 6 below currently in Crossville, 20 in Dandridge, 19 in Cleveland, and it feels more like 21 degrees right now in the Tri-Cities area. So brutally cold. If you got to work outside, please dress in layers, because we're going to be talking about wind chill safety here in just a moment. Right now, the road temperatures are in the teens, and so that's why we have ice all over East Tennessee. But, and road conditions, of course, we do have the snow-packed roads across much of town. A few flurries still flying around the area. They've been showing up on some of the cameras here this morning. So from Maryville to Sevier County, Jefferson County to Cocke County, and even Greene County, some light snow. Now, this is not necessarily going to be accumulating snow per se, although anything that falls obviously is going to stick to the ground and accumulate a little bit, but it's moving right along, and we're losing that fetch of moisture. Thank goodness for that. But this one, my friends, is going to go down in the record books. So visibility right now, we do have overcast gray skies, fog, little bit of fog showing up across the mountain counties, those low gray clouds and some lower visibility up there. But other than that, let's get you out the door. So if you just need to hit the road right now, do you need to get off to work? Here's a check of your out the door forecast. It is now 7:09. Checking that time so you don't run late here this morning. It's 18 degrees is what we're expecting through noon, basically. So temperatures are not going to fluctuate a whole lot through the noon hours and into the afternoon. Icy and snow-packed roads, very cold. A bit of sunshine this afternoon, and dangerously cold heading our way as we head into tomorrow morning. We are talking about another system possibly as we get into next Thursday and Friday that may bring us a chance for a wintry mix, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be that big of a player as of right now. But what it will do is draw in the even colder air for the upcoming weekend. So this Arctic air mass is not going anywhere. While we might get a little bump in those temperatures on Thursday, it swings its way back in. Then next week, high pressure starts to work its way back into the area. So here's your future cast throughout the day today. Again, overcast gray skies, a little bit of flurry activity that quickly moves its way on out. So maybe some light accumulations, a dusting on the cars and the rooftops, and just kind of insult to injury. So if you've shoveled yesterday, you might have to shovel a little bit more. And I'm going to ask that question here in a little bit when we get to the chat. How do you shovel? Do you shovel? Do you even own a snow shovel? Did you have to have your neighbors help you out? How was the shoveling? Let's just ask that, and then you can chime into the chat, and we'll answer those questions here in a little bit. I did not get a chance to shovel. I was too busy working. The kids were playing, but today we'll have to get out and do some shoveling because, Otherwise, if you don't shovel and you start driving over the snow over and over and over again, it's going to take forever because it's going to compact and turn into ice, and it's going to take forever for that snow to move on out. Forecast highs today, top out in the teens and 20s. And then overnight lows tonight, a little bit of a breeze throughout the day today. So it doesn't take much wind to make it feel colder. So wind chill values today, single digits and teens all day long, all day. it's going to cut right through you, and that's going to bring us that dangerously cold air. This evening, we see temperatures go from 17 at 5 down to 9 degrees by 9. You know when we're at 9 degrees at 9 o'clock, it's going to be even colder, and it is. Morning lows tomorrow morning are going to be even colder than what we are this morning. So another wind chill advisory goes into effect tonight into tomorrow morning. Look at these morning low temperatures. We're down to about 0, if not negative numbers. Then you factor in a little bit of a light breeze, and we're talking wind chill values tomorrow morning, 5 to 15 degrees below 0. Some of the coldest air of the season. So if you work outside, let's talk about wind chills for a second. The layer of heat generated by our bodies keeps us warm, especially when we have clothes on, right? But the wind pushes that layer of heat out of our bodies. And so it's an evaporating process. It's a cooling process. And so if we have a little bit of a breeze, we have some of those wind chills, you need to limit your outdoor activities for sure. Hypothermia and frostbite can occur in minutes depending on the temperatures, and cover exposed skin if you must be outside. That's going to be the case today for all the kids sledding. That's going to be the case tomorrow for anybody working out in these elements tomorrow morning. For anybody helping with the infrastructure around East Tennessee, make sure you dress in multiple layers and cover all that exposed skin because it is going to be dangerously cold. Road temperatures, by the way, let's explain this for a moment. So while our road temperatures are now in the teens, watch this. As we get into the lunch hour, road temperatures might come up to about 32 degrees or so in some locations. Well, wait a second, Witcher. If it's going to be cold, listen, the earth is still relatively warm, and so that heat's coming in out of the earth. It's not necessarily the air temperatures, right? And so the road temperatures should come up a little bit. That's going to help to create some thawing across the area, a little bit of melting, not a ton, but a little bit. And just realize this is a model forecast. We have snow on the ground, so I'm not too confident that we'll actually get that warm, but we're going to get the Earth's heat, little heat anyways, generated to help start melting and thawing that snow from the ground up. And so we'll start to get some more thawing and then refreezing and or flash freezing overnight tonight as road temperatures come down and, of course, air temperatures come back down into the single digits tomorrow morning. All right, your 3-day forecast. We're right around 20 degrees today, 27 tomorrow. Woo-hoo! We're going to make it to 38 degrees on Thursday, my friends. I mean, we're talking temperatures below freezing for about 80-plus hours through this entire event. Then we come back above freezing Thursday afternoon, and then another system heads our way Thursday into Friday. So let's explain this big old Arctic air mass settling on in, not just here locally, but across the country. Sub-zero temperatures will continue to spill their way into the area through the next couple of days, as you clearly saw with your 3-day forecast. But if you have travel plans across the region, wind chill advisories and wind chill warnings across the entire region. Forecast highs today will be in the teens and 20s with some 40s, 50s, and anybody want to go to the Gulf Coast? They're going to be in the 60s. They're not the Gulf Coast, the Southeast. They're going to be in the 60s today. Ooh, wind chill values in the mid-50s from Charleston to Myrtle Beach. But everybody else, wind chill values will be sub-zero, especially overnight tonight. And that's going to be the story across the entire region. Remember, I said there's another system on the way. That's going to be swinging its way in Thursday into Friday. And as it does so, that's going to settle its way into the area, bringing us a little bit of a wintry mix. Really, that's just going to be insult to injury, and then it's going to drop our temperatures once again as we get into next weekend. So when you look at your highs, the warmest days will be Thursday, Monday, and Tuesday. The coldest days today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And look at Saturday's high temperature. We're only going to be right around 21 degrees. Low temperatures drop down into the single digits, teens, and a few pockets of 20s. The warmest mornings will be Friday at 28 degrees, next Tuesday, right around 20. But either way you look at it, it is going to be dangerously cold across all of East Tennessee. Make sure you stay on top of the weather situation by downloading the East Tennessee Weather app if you've not done so yet. Just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and search East TN Weather, all one word, and you'll find it right away. It's the orange TN with the white lightning bolt. That's what you need to search on the Roku and also Amazon Fire, so you can tune in and have this broadcast in the background while you're getting ready for work or just the 24-hour channel. So you can keep up to date with the weather around East Tennessee. All right, let's go ahead and say good morning to everybody. Hey, by the way, I just wanted to tell everybody here this morning, I have signed. Where is that? Where's my paper? I'm signed a deal with a radio station here in town. So if you're a Christian listener and you listen to a Christian radio station, I have signed on with Joy 620. That is WRJZ. Joy 620 WRJZ. It's 102.5 on the FM dial. On the AM dial, it's 620. And also that's available on Talk Radio 92.3 FM and 7:60 a.m. WETR. And that's available in parts of Sevier County as well. So I'm doing forecasts on the radio for those folks. And another radio station coming to the market starting February 1st. We'll talk more about that in the coming days. So if you do listen to that station, I'm actually going to be broadcasting live with them at about 7:45 this morning. Just kind of let the listeners know that I am here to give your weather forecast every single day. So East Tennessee weather is growing. All right, 8.5 inches in Jefferson City. Yeah, really, I mean, that bullseye, I'll bring that up once again, the weather maps, because I know some of you are going to throw out some snowfall totals, and so you'll be able to see this on this map right here. But again, right there. All right, so you can see the bullseye from Sweetwater to Lenore City. Maryville didn't get quite as much. You know, it was a huge difference from, say, Kodak, Pigeon Forge, all the way into Gatlinburg. You know, usually Gatlinburg and the mountains get more snow than anybody else, but that was not the case this time around with the orientation of this storm. So let's see. Good morning, Mike. Don't like the snow. Ready for 90 degrees, says Pauline. Okay, that's a bit extreme, Pauline. But 90 right now sounds probably pretty good, considering how cold it's going to be. Is Pellissippi Parkway still closed towards Oak Ridge? That's what I was trying to figure out. So let me go back to that. Let's go back to that. Let me show you the TDOT cameras here, because it was showing closed on. Where is that? Where is that? Let me get that up. Give me 1 second. I'll get that back up for you. Well, where did it go? I may have accidentally closed it. So let's bring that up, okay? But because I think it shows on the cameras that it is closed, but I'm not quite 100% sure that it is. So, because I showed you the cameras, and let's come here. So it is showing closed, yes, on the northbound lane, I guess. When you look at the cameras from the TDOT maps here, where are the cameras? There. So we click on that. That's Pellissippi Parkway and Level Road. That one wasn't showing up very well, I don't think. Yeah, that one's not showing up very, very well. Let's go to Pellissippi Parkway and Dutchtown Road. So I think it is still closed. That's what I'm assuming here at this hour, because I don't see anybody out there. I saw a couple cars earlier, but they may have just been snowplows. So I'm assuming Pellissippi Parkway is still closed at this hour. So you're going to have to find an alternate route for sure. Still snowing and 6 degrees in Crossville. Thanks, Ed. Yeah, those low clouds are just going to squeeze out every little bit of moisture possible in the atmosphere. And that's going to wring out more snow, because the colder the air is, the less moisture it holds, and so it just wrings out the atmosphere. We'll take another view of one of these TDOT cameras. So it does appear that Pellissippi Parkway is closed here at this hour. This is 40 and Level Road. Everything seems to be shaping up just fine now. But again, if you don't have to be out on the roads, don't get out on the roads. Let the crews get all the snow cleared as much as they possibly can. Let's try to get some melting to occur, although it's not going to be much. Lee says, I'm 32 and I've never seen so much snow. We don't own a snow shovel, so never needed one. Right. Funny story. Yeah. When I moved to East Tennessee, I didn't bring my snow shovel coming from Colorado. And so we had to actually go out and buy one, the first snow we saw. And when my kid was a baby, we actually used that as a sled, his first sled, because you can't find. I mean, it's hard to find sleds around town. So Buck says this 9.5 inches with a lousy shovel is absolutely 100% ugh. Yeah. Missed the snowblower from back in the days, huh, Buck? Yeah, and probably not too many people have snowblowers here in the Southeast. Oh, man. All right. Good morning, Jonathan. They're in Newark, New Jersey. Let's see. Anybody else? So Felicia says got almost 11 inches in South Knoxville next to Imes Nature Center. Yeah, Chris says Pigeon Forge was early snow, then it rained the rest of the day. But you have snow back on the ground, I think, in Pigeon Forge. 10 inches there at the house in North Knoxville, right around the Halls High School. Thanks, Melinda. Yeah, we may have record high lows, record low highs, and maybe record lows. I'll have to go back and look at the records here. I've not checked in on the records yet for tomorrow morning. So we'll see what those records are. Any snow plowers available in East Tennessee need dry. Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought that I didn't know that was you coming from you, Buck. Yeah. Any snow plowers available in East Tennessee? Anybody need their driveway shoveled? Students need money, So any students out there looking for make some extra money, my kid's going to shovel our driveway because he's looking to make some money as well. Some of you are like, all right, I'm ready for summer. I'm ready for summer. Anywhere from 7 to 10 inches in Morristown. Oh, man, what a day it was. What a day it was yesterday. Hopefully you got a chance to enjoy it a little bit and embrace the snow for what it is. We were talking about it yesterday. And, listen, I said anywhere from 3 to 6 plus. And if you were with my broadcast yesterday, I said I wouldn't be surprised if we get 6, 7, 8, or even 9 inches of snow. And lo and behold, we did. The mountain counties, remember we were talking about that warm nose? That warm nose that I was highlighting for days and upon days, that happened across the mountain counties. But when you look at model forecasting, one model says one thing, another model says another thing. You got to look at trends, and you got to take your best guess as a meteorologist based on the knowledge that you're experienced or understanding with the models. And so, the bullseye was pretty much pretty hammered tight with some of the models. Some of the models, not all of them, but some of them were pushing them a little bit further southeast. But again, it all depends on where those heavier snow bands set up. And boy, it was coming down. Hopefully you got a chance to enjoy it, kick back at home, and embrace it for what it was worth. I have a lot of photos. Thank you very much. So many of you have inundated me with so many photos. I wonder if I could get that on here and share that with you. Let's see. We're just going to do this on the fly. I don't know if I'll be able to. I might be able to. See if I can log in here. See, I'm going to have to do a verification code. This is going to be a pain, but we'll try to get it on here because I have so many photos that I think it would be fun to share with you. Let me see what that code was. Stand by. So many amazing photos. So these were all sent through my weather computer and the app. And so when you look at this, take a look at these photos. This is going to be amazing. Can you see these on the screen yet? No, you can't yet. Let me get that back on here. There we go. So look at all these photos here. How awesome is this? We saw some awesome photos. From folks sledding. Look at that. That's incredible. So many people having so much fun enjoying the snow. That's one. We've got a lot of snowfall totals. Here's some deer just embracing the snow. This one was sent in by, we've got Dean Roach. This was one doing some, it looks like they were just hanging out in the nighttime hours. Pretty for sure. Pretty snow. How about this one? This one was sent in by Luke Hedrick. Enjoying the snow day. How about this one? Luke Hedrick sent this one in. Luke, thanks for sharing that one. That was amazing. We got a lot of dog photos. How about this one? This one's cute. The middle schooler couldn't be more excited, she says, to hear the school has already been canceled for the next couple of days. Thanks for the snow. We ended up with about 6 inches in La Follette. This was from Jamie Samperi. And middle schoolers rejoice. All the kids rejoice. My kids were super pumped as well. Some of you got out in the elements and took a nice little walk. My neighbors did as well. My girls and me were enjoying a nice snow in Farragut. This was Bella and Chloe. So let's say hi to Bella and Chloe. They're all decked out. Oh, good morning, Bella and Chloe. How about this one? Look at this. This is a Hardin Valley, 6 p.m. today. Ashley Bloomfield shared that one through the East Tennessee weather app. And see, this is really cool. Look at that. 7 inches of snow in Hardin Valley. Let's see if we can get more on the screen here. I got inundated. I cannot possibly get all these on the air. I was trying to. Oh, how cute is this one? This one is Jay's first snow. Love the sunglasses right there, buddy. Or the makeshift, the superimposed sunglasses. Here's a cute one. I used to work with her. This is Allison Lester. This is River's first snow. So River got a chance to experience her first snow. His first snow anyway. So, but this is the story around town. Snow-packed roads are going to be with us. The snow's not going anywhere. That view right there is, where was that view? That one was the Cherry Skyway in Monroe County. Dwayne Foister braving the elements on that one. What other ones we got? Oh, we got the cows. Cows were cold. they're. I mean, now think about it. Now let's transition to the cold weather and talk about our pets. If you happen to have outdoor pets, give them a nice warm place to warm up through the day today. Or tonight, I should say. Because remember, dangerously cold weather is on the way. Low temperatures will drop down into the single digits, if not sub-zero. So we'll highlight that once more as we take a look at that wind chill advisory that's been issued by the National Weather Service through noon today, and then again tonight into tomorrow morning. Today is going to be cold wind chill values in the teens, single digits in teens, but even colder weather on the way tonight. So tonight's lows, we're dropping down into the sub-zero, single digits for morning temperatures Wednesday morning. Wind chill values will be anywhere from 5 to 15 degrees below zero. So here are some little tips and tricks. Make sure your heaters are running, and good idea to open up your cupboards, your cabinets, and let some of that heat get in closer to your pipes. Not a bad idea to drip some of those pipes or some of your faucets here tonight. Just a nice little drip is all you need just to keep the water running, because frozen pipes could be a major issue. Remember, this morning's Wake Up with Witcher is sponsored by Mold Doctors USA. So if you do end up with a frozen pipe, give my friends over at Mold Doctors a call at 865-945-3000. Mold Doctors USA is here to help you. They have a 24-hour call center. So no matter what time of the day, if you end up with a frozen pipe, give my friends over there at Mold Doctors USA a call. All right, we're going to end this show a little bit earlier. Not going to stay on here as long here today due to the fact that, well, I'm going to head over to the radio station. I'm not driving over there. We're going to do a phone call, but they're going to introduce me to their viewers. Again, that's WRJZ, I should say. WRJZ 620, Joy 620 and 102.5 FM. And so that's a Christian radio station. If you're a Christian listener, check them out. But I will be broadcasting and giving them and updating their weather every single day. All right, so we're going to do that here in just a moment. So I got to go make a phone call. We sure hope you have a wonderful and safe day. I'm going to send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. Big shout out to all my sponsors. Thank you so much for making the East Tennessee weather for what it is. We will continue to push forward, my friends. You have been huge supporters as well. I couldn't be here, and I wouldn't be here without all of your support. All right, we're going to send you back to the 24-hour channel. Be safe, be kind to each other, and if you do have travel plans this morning, do travel safely. I'll see you back here with Wake Up with Witcher tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning, and more updates on social media throughout the day today. See you soon.
Hey folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Key of Knoxville. We're kicking off the new year right. You'll save more than ever before in 2024. The price won't be the problem with deals like these. Get rates as low as 0.9%. Get $7,000 over KBB value for your trade. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rusty's exclusive, no-charge 200,000-mile warranty. And don't forget, the price won't be the problem at Rusty Wallace Key of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
You're watching East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it.
Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Have a wonderful and safe day. Good day to stay indoors, at least in the early morning hours. And if you want to get out and enjoy the snow a little bit, if you have kids throughout the day today, should be just fine. Other than that, just hunker down. It's going to be another cold day. If you don't have to travel, please don't travel. Still, traveling is not advised, especially during the early morning hours. We'll start to see some improvements on the roadways throughout the day, but snowy and ice-packed roads. Very cold this morning. A bit of sunshine as we head through the day today, but staying cold. Dangerously cold Wednesday morning. We do have wind chill advisories in place across much of the area, and then another system is expected to arrive as we get into our Thursday, Friday. So we'll talk about that with the big picture weather pattern here in a moment. Wind chill advisory in effect until noon today, and then goes into effect again overnight tonight as we see those dangerously cold wind chills move on in. Let's talk about that for a moment. When we have a calm wind, layers of heat generated by our bodies keep us warm. But when you factor in a breeze, well, the wind pushes the layers away from the body. So the body heat escapes as the wind picks up. And that's what produces those wind chill values. So limit outdoor activities. Hypothermia and frostbite can occur in minutes, especially if you're going to be up in the mountains. And then cover exposed skin if you have to go outside, especially during the early morning hours, and even more so tomorrow morning. Keep that in mind. If you work outside, dress in layers. It's going to be dangerously cold tomorrow morning. This morning, we only start with temperatures in the single digits and teens, but we're not going to warm up a whole lot. We'll see those temperatures stay right there in the teens pretty much all day. As I mentioned, we'll see some sunshine before the day is over, so that's going to be nice. It should be a nice sunny afternoon. You'll need the sunglasses because snow reflects the light. It's going to be super bright out there. So it's going to be nice to see some sunshine. But again, a cold Tuesday afternoon ahead of us. Take a look at these temperatures. Teens and 20s for forecast highs. But again, a little bit of breeze, and it doesn't take much of a breeze to produce wind chill values that we're talking about. So as we head through the afternoon, wind chill values will only be in the single digits to low teens throughout much of the day today. Evening forecast, 17 degrees by 5, down to 9 degrees by 9. Yeah, like I said, even colder weather expected throughout the day tomorrow, especially tomorrow morning. I'll highlight that in a little bit more detail. That's coming up in just about 5 minutes. Remember, I mentioned that we do have that wind chill advisory overnight tonight. It goes into effect this morning and runs till noon today, and then goes into effect again tonight because look at these morning low temperatures. We're going to be at or below zero in all locations for the most part around East Tennessee. Chattanooga may make it to about 6 degrees for a morning low. Tri-Cities about 2. But the general idea, single digits or sub-zero temperatures expected. And then you factor in the wind chill, we're going to be -0. So anywhere from about 5 to 15 degrees below zero can be our wind chill values as we wake up on Wednesday morning. So tonight's a good night to kind of open the cupboards, drip those faucets, because frozen pipes could be a major problem with this cold weather moving on in. Ground temperatures here this morning, road temperatures anyways, yeah, sub-zero, icy conditions. But watch this, as we head through the day today, do we get the earth to help to warm up just a little bit, at least at the surface on the earth's road temperatures, where we start to see those road temperatures climb to above freezing, which it would be a good thing. It's going to help the melting and thawing away, but a bad thing because with that Arctic air resettling in overnight tonight, we're going to get a flash freeze and freezing on the roadways once again. So icing is going to be a major problem for the next couple of morning hours as we get that thawing and melting during the afternoon hours. All right, so today we only make it to 27 degrees. Tomorrow, Thursday, we're back to 38 degrees. That's nice, sort of, about 10 degrees below average. And then colder air returns as we get into the weekend with a disturbance headed our way Thursday, Friday timeframe, bringing us a chance for a wintry mix. I'll highlight that in more detail with the big picture weather pattern and talk about that 7-day temperature trend. That's coming up. Let's go to recap those weather headlines. We'll take you to the big picture weather pattern, talk about what's in store in case you have any sort of travel plans, or actually we're talking about the cold Arctic air settling on in as well. So icy and snowpacked roads and very cold this morning. A bit of sunshine this afternoon. We'll start to see a little bit of melting on the roadways, but not a ton today. Dangerously cold as we get into our Wednesday morning, and then another system heads our way Thursday, Friday. So here's the story in the big picture. This Arctic high pressure has really just encapsulated much of the central part of the country to the southeastern U.S. Several record low highs for the day. Many areas 20 to 35 degrees below average as we head through the day today. This cold air is going to continue to spill in, not just today, but watch this, overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. It's going to reinforce itself, and that's going to bring us sub-zero temperatures potentially across much of our region. So if you happen to have to travel for your job, make sure you pack extra stuff in your car. Hats, gloves, extra jackets, boots, just to be on the safe side. You never know what's going to happen. So wind chill advisories and wind chill warnings are placed across much of our region. Forecast highs today across the entire region except the southeastern coastline will be in the teens and single digits. Wind chill values will be single digits and teens, if not sub-zero, up towards the Great Lakes area. Tomorrow morning, we're waking up with temperatures right around 0-1 degrees or so. So single digits for low temperatures and sub-zero wind chill values as we wake up early tomorrow morning. All right, forecast high temperatures Wednesday will come up just a little bit. We'll be back into the 20s and low 30s. Now let's fast forward time as we wrap up the work week. This is Thursday morning on our Futurecast. Here comes another disturbance. It doesn't have a lot of precipitation with it, but we could see a wintry mix, maybe some light snow, and maybe some light rain showers around the area. So we'll keep you posted on and see how this all plays out over the next couple of days. But forecast high temperatures will stay below average all the way through the 7-day stretch. The warmest day will probably come through maybe on Monday with a high of 42. And we'll have 38 degrees on Thursday. Other than that, Saturday we're back down to 24. And low temperatures will be well below average. We're talking about single digits and teens. So we're going to wrap this up in a nice little bow. Coming up in just about 5 minutes, recap that wind chill advisory for East Tennessee and talk about those local current conditions. That's coming up in just a few minutes. All right, here's that wind chill advisory that the National Weather Service has issued. This runs until noon today, so dangerously cold this morning, but even colder weather expected as we wake up tomorrow morning. We'll see a bit of sunshine throughout the day today. Ground temperatures warm just a little bit. By the way, not going to rule out a chance for some flurries or light snow showers all the way through about 10 to 11 o'clock this morning, especially across the mountain counties, upper East Tennessee, as this moisture moves its way on out. When temperatures are this cold, they just kind of wring out the atmosphere. It doesn't take much to produce a little bit of light flurry or some light snow showers, and then a little bit of some sunshine as we head through the rest of our afternoon. But cold temperatures will only be in the teens and 20s for forecast highs. Wind chill values today single digits and low teens, so dangerously cold. Keep that in mind if you're going to be having outdoor plans today. And then as we head into the overnight hours, low temperatures will be right around zero, but wind chill values will be anywhere from about 5 to 15 degrees below zero as we get the day started. Ground temperatures, as I mentioned, may warm up just a little bit throughout the day today. So does that give us some melting in some locations? Yeah, it's a possibility. And then that cold Arctic air settles back in overnight tonight, and that's going to allow for refreezing. So icy conditions are going to be with us for the next couple of mornings, especially as we start to get that thawing to occur, which will finally start to take place as we get into our Wednesday, a little bit more sunshine, and then again on Thursday as temperatures come up just above freezing. Have a great day. Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Have a wonderful and safe day. Good day to stay indoors, at least in the early morning hours. And if you want to get out and enjoy the snow a little bit, if you have kids throughout the day today, should be just fine. Other than that, just hunker down. It's going to be another cold day. If you don't have to travel, please don't travel. Still, traveling is not advised, especially during the early morning hours. We'll start to see some improvements on the roadways throughout the day, but snowy and ice-packed roads. Very cold this morning. A bit of sunshine as we head through the day today, but staying cold. Dangerously cold Wednesday morning. We do have wind chill advisories in place across much of the area, and then another system is expected to arrive as we get into our Thursday, Friday. So we'll talk about that with the big picture weather pattern here in a moment. Wind chill advisory in effect until noon today, and then goes into effect again overnight tonight as we see those dangerously cold wind chills move on in. Let's talk about that for a moment. When we have a calm wind, layers of heat generated by our bodies keep us warm. But when you factor in a breeze, well, the wind pushes the layers away from the body. So the body heat escapes as the wind picks up. And that's what produces those wind chill values. So limit outdoor activities. Hypothermia and frostbite can occur in minutes, especially if you're going to be up in the mountains. And then cover exposed skin if you have to go outside, especially during the early morning hours, and even more so tomorrow morning. Keep that in mind if you work outside. Dress in layers. It's going to be dangerously cold tomorrow morning. This morning, we only start with temperatures in the single digits and teens, but we're not going to warm up a whole lot. We'll see those temperatures stay right there in the teens pretty much all day. As I mentioned, we'll see some sunshine before the day is over, so that's going to be nice. It should be a nice sunny afternoon. You'll need the sunglasses because snow reflects the light. It's going to be super bright out there. So it's going to be nice to see some sunshine. But again, a cold Tuesday afternoon ahead of us. Take a look at these temperatures. Teens and 20s for forecast highs. But again, a little bit of breeze, and it doesn't take much of a breeze to produce wind chill values that we're talking about. So as we head through the afternoon, wind chill values will only be in the single digits to low teens throughout much of the day today. Evening forecast, 17 degrees by 5, down to 9 degrees by 9. Yeah, like I said, even colder weather expected throughout the day tomorrow, especially tomorrow morning. I'll highlight that in a little bit more detail. That's coming up in just a